The screen is black. No music, no logo. Only the sound of a heartbeat growing louder in the darkness. Then suddenly, headlights ignite like two burning eyes cutting through the night, and a voice whispers one sentence. This is not the future of Ferrari. This is the future of speed itself. For decades, the world believed hypercars had reached their limit. Too much power, too much technology, too much weight. Every company chased numbers while losing soul. But somewhere, deep inside Ferrari engineers, were building something nobody expected. A machine designed not just to break records, but to redefine what a Ferrari could become. And tonight, the world finally sees it. This is the Ferrari F80, a car born from obsession, built with Formula One DNA, created to terrify physics itself. And the moment it appeared, everything changed. Because this machine is not simply fast, it feels alive. The first thing you notice is the shape. Sharp, violent, almost unreal. It looks less like a road car and more like a prototype escaped from Le Mans in the middle of the night. Every curve exists for a reason. Every vent manipulates air like an invisible weapon. And even standing still, the F80 looks like it is moving at impossible speed. Then you see the front, low and aggressive. The black visor stretching across the nose gives the car a futuristic face, unlike anything Ferrari has ever built before. It does not smile like older Ferraris. It stares, cold, focused, like a predator calculating the perfect moment to strike. And that feeling only becomes stronger as you walk around it. Massive air channels carve through the bodywork, feeding the hybrid powertrain hidden underneath. The side profile is sculpted like a fighter jet. Tight surfaces, explosive proportions. A cabin pushed forward for maximum aerodynamic efficiency. And behind the seats, the body expands outward, like muscle ready to explode with violence. The rear of the car feels almost forbidden. One giant aerodynamic statement, huge diffuser, extreme vents, a design so aggressive it barely feels legal for the street. And then the active rear wing rises slowly into position, transforming the F80 into something terrifying. Because now you realize this machine was not designed for comfort. It was designed for domination. Ferrari says the F80 represents the next chapter of the legendary hypercar bloodline, a bloodline that began with icons like the Ferrari F40, the Ferrari Enzo, and the Ferrari LaFerrari. But the F80 pushes far beyond all of them because under its skin lies a powertrain unlike anything Ferrari has ever unleashed before. At the center is a twin-turbocharged V6 engine inspired directly from Ferrari Formula One technology. Some people were shocked when they heard it wasn't a V12. Others called it betrayal. But Ferrari engineers didn't care because this engine produces brutal efficiency and unbelievable performance, while 3 electric motors add instant torque with surgical precision, creating a combined output that feels almost impossible to comprehend. More than 1,000 horsepower, delivered instantly, no hesitation, no mercy. The moment the driver touches the throttle, the F80 launches forward with such violence it feels like reality itself bends backward. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour happens in what feels like a blink of an eye. The scenery becomes liquid, the road disappears beneath you, and suddenly breathing becomes difficult because your body cannot process the acceleration fast enough. But straight-line speed is only part of the story, because the real magic of the F80 appears in corners. Ferrari engineered this machine with active aerodynamics so advanced, the car constantly reshapes itself while driving. Flaps open, wing angles shift, airflow changes every second, maximizing grip and stability in ways human eyes can barely notice. As the speed rises, the car creates enormous downforce, pressing itself harder into the asphalt until the driver feels connected directly to the earth itself. No floating, no instability, only confidence and precision at speeds that should feel terrifying. And that's exactly what makes the F80 so dangerous, because it tricks the human brain into believing impossible speed feels normal. Inside the cockpit, everything changes again. The cabin is tight, focused, minimal. There's no luxury for the sake of luxury, no unnecessary distractions. Ferrari designed the interior around the driver, like a fighter pilot environment, where every control exists for one reason only: performance. The steering wheel is packed with controls inspired by Formula One. Shift lights flash across the top, carbon fiber surrounds nearly every surface. The seats feel sculpted directly into the chassis itself. And when the red engine start button glows beneath your thumb, you suddenly realize this car is not inviting you for a drive, it is challenging you to survive it. Then comes the sound. Many feared hybrid technology would silence Ferrari emotion forever, but the F80 proves otherwise, because the V6 screams with a sharp mechanical intensity unlike traditional Ferraris. The turbos whistle, electric motors surge silently underneath, the exhaust cracks violently during shifts, and together the entire experience sounds futuristic yet deeply emotional, like hearing tomorrow through the voice of a race car. Ferrari engineers obsessed over every kilogram while building the F80. Carbon fiber dominates the structure. Advanced lightweight materials appear everywhere. Even the suspension components were designed to remove unnecessary mass, because in the hypercar world, every kilogram matters, and Ferrari wanted the F80 to feel sharp enough to carve through air itself. The result is astonishing. The car changes direction instantly. Steering inputs feel telepathic. Tiny movements create massive reactions, and drivers describe the experience as almost supernatural, because the F80 does not simply respond to commands, it predicts them. But perhaps the most incredible part of the F80 is how much technology operates invisibly beneath the surface. Artificial intelligence systems constantly monitor traction, grip, suspension movement, and aerodynamic balance, making thousands of adjustments every second. The car is always thinking, always adapting, always searching for maximum performance, even before the driver realizes conditions have changed. This creates an experience unlike any Ferrari before it. The car feels mechanical and digital at the same time, raw yet intelligent, savage yet precise. And this balance may become the defining characteristic of the next generation of hypercars, because the F80 is not trying to imitate the past, it's trying to replace it. Ferrari also understood something important. A hypercar cannot rely only on speed anymore, because numbers alone no longer shock people. Today, emotion matters more than statistics, and that's why the F80 was designed to create theater every second, from the way the doors open to the way the rear wing rises under braking. Even the lighting signature was crafted carefully, giving the car an identity visible instantly from miles away. At night, the F80 looks almost alien, gliding silently before the engine erupts into life with terrifying force. And when crowds gather around it, they don't react the way people react to normal supercars. They stare in disbelief, as if witnessing technology from another planet. Production numbers will remain extremely limited. Only a tiny number of people on Earth will ever own one, which means most humans will never experience this machine in real life. And perhaps that rarity is part of what makes Ferrari hypercars legendary, because they become more than vehicles. They become myths. Collectors are already fighting to secure allocations. Prices are expected to rise beyond imagination before the first deliveries even begin. Because when Ferrari creates a flagship hypercar, the world pays attention. These machines become symbols of entire automotive eras, and the F80 arrives during one of the most important transitions in automotive history. The industry is changing rapidly. Electric vehicles dominate headlines. Governments push stricter regulations. Traditional engines face extinction. And many feared passion would disappear from performance cars forever. But Ferrari responded with something extraordinary by proving hybrid technology doesn't have to kill emotion, it can amplify